La familia is everything. Welcome back to another episode of TV Time with Maggie. If you're new here, hello, my name is Maggie and I talk all things Latinidad, representation, and women in film and television. If you're interested in any of those topics, please hit that notification button, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. And also follow me on social media for more PinkLeo content. Now, some of you may know that here in the United States, we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month between the months of September 15 to October 15. During this month-long celebration, we look at Latinos from all walks of life and all fields of studies that have contributed to our beautiful nation. This country wouldn't be where it is today without the efforts and hard work of the Latino community. Let's talk a little bit about the representation of our community on film and television. I felt like I was missing seeing my family on television. And yes, we can count novelas to a certain degree or a certain extent, but I was looking for Latinos in the United States. Now, the category of Latino family and the Latino sitcom has really evolved throughout these years, and I want to take a look back at some of my favorite ones growing up and some of my current favorites now. I want to start off with a Latino family that we don't rarely credit to, but we definitely need to give them a lot of credit because they were the first Latino family on television, and it was the Peña's family on ¿Qué pasa USA?
Explicó ese asunto de que tienen que renunciar al país de donde ustedes vienen.
¿Qué tú dices?
¿Qué? Ay, a mí nadie me ha dicho
No,
eso.
Carmencita,
Mira,
you haven't explained to them that to become American citizens, they have to give up any allegiance to Cuba.
Papi, you're going to confuse them.
¿Me? Mejor que les explique el asunto ese.
Even though it was before a lot of our time, I do have to say that the PBS series really was a very influential and a very big milestone in the representation of Latinos in the United States, particularly the family, the Latino family in the United States. And to this day, it is credited as one of the most accurate representation of our Latino family and community here in the US.
¿A dónde van las costumbres? Me tengo que preguntar. Supongo que el tiempo las cambia, como cambia la orilla del mar. Los viejos las cultivan, los jóvenes buscan razón, y lo que una vez fue exilio se convierte en emigración.
I'm very happy and very proud that I was a Nickelodeon's kid growing up because Nickelodeon actually had two shows that I really, really enjoyed and represented the Latino community and the Latino family really, really well. And that was the Brothers Garcia and Diana. Some of you may remember that the Garcia's family lived in California and they had 3 boys and 1 girl, and they were a pretty middle-class kind of family. While Diana, who was going to an art school here in New York City, she belonged to a Puerto Rican American family. And both shows did a good job of not making this more of like a we are so different because we're Latino, but we're the same because our family dynamics are universal.
Gracias a Dios for this day and for this food that you've provided.
Amen, let's eat.
Breakfast was always a fun meal in our house. We had tortillas and toast, menudo, that stomach lining, yummy, not, and molto meal. Dad used to try to convince us that we were special because we had been blessed with 2 cultures. Yeah, right.
Pain, bigger pain, biggest pain.
Hey! And that's all it took from our dad to get our attention. 1 single grunt.
Thank you.
Both series feature episodes on something like the quinceañera and other Latino traditions that we all know and love.
Girl, when you wear that tiara, you have to hold your head up high and strut like this. Look. What? Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, baby. I've been dreaming about this day since I was 15. A whole lot of history will be resting on your head, Taina.
One of the best things that came out of these two series that kind of dragged on to other series that I really enjoyed is this turmoil, this inner turmoil felt by a lot of the early immigrants and first generation Americans that came from a Latin American background, and the issues and the cultural clashes that we face here in America. I know a lot of people, when they think Latino family, they think of George Lopez, which was a great show. We also have Ugly Betty, and then later on we have kind of like Chrystal, and I love all of them because they all represented different facets of the Latin American experience.
So get something tight for you and Felix to show this off, huh?
All they have are tight clothes. Me too, but for different reasons. Hey, not funny.
Oh, and Chrystal.
No, forget it. I'm not going, no. You always use these as opportunities to try to set me up with men. No.
I don't do that.
You offered a guy a dowry for me.
And still no one wanted you. But this time, you were going to bring Josh from work as your date. Take that, Juanita Canales. My daughter has a white boyfriend.
Even though they all kind of touched upon these different elements about being a Latino in the United States, I love how later series, things like Jane the Virgin, then Vida, One Day at a Time, now Party of Five, which unfortunately was canceled last year, and then Gentified, all kind of took all of those elements and all of the issues that we face as Latino Americans and put them on display in really a beautiful representation of our culture and the clashes that we face, not only as Latinos, but as women Latina, as the identity crisis that we face, also earning a small business here, being a worker, but being a wealthy Latino. What does all of those things look like? Most recently, we have Disney Channels, or Disney Plus, I'm sorry, Disney Plus's Diary of a Future President, which is really cool because even though it's about this like Cuban or like half Cuban American family, it featured really great stars, but it also gives us a glimpse of like this future where there's a Latina president. All of these shows do a great job of laying out the different kinds of Latinos that we have, and that even though we come from different countries, we still have very similar traditions and similar experiences being here in the United States.
We're not doing a regular debate. We argue the opposite side to better understand each other.
So I'm you.
So you want to crush my heart into pieces? That's not me, that's her. You make me sound like I have an accent.
And even though they do a great job of representing different kinds of stories, we are still missing a lot more representation. So I hope to see in the future an Afro-Latino or Afro-Latino family, maybe a Dominican family, who knows? And a lot more of the different kinds of Latinos here in the United States. We see a lot of Mexican Americans, we see a lot of Puerto Rican Americans, a lot of Cuban Americans, but we are missing a lot of other cultures that we have here in the United States as Latinos. And I hope to see them soon on television. Tell me in the comments down below, who's your favorite or most relatable Latino American family on TV, either in the past or right now? And tell me what are some elements that we're still missing that you would like to see more of. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more of this month-long celebration of our Latino heritage.